never do these things to a man. The first thing you should never do to your man is to nag about things that he's supposed to do and he's just not doing them.
I don't care if it's your daddy, your extra relationship, your ex-boyfriend, I don't care who it was. Men don't like to be compared with someone else.
Okay, so when you listen to a man, make sure that you're listening with your heart fully deactivated.
Stop pressuring him into something that he don't want, all right? Because if he into you, if he's really into you, you ain't gonna have to do that.
Fall so head over heels for him to where you're trying to be his everything so much, being that feminine, nurturing person that you are.
Never borrow a man money. A man you are in an intimate relationship with, never borrow him money.
Ladies, listen up. Today we're spilling the hottest tea on what you should never do for a man. If you've ever dimmed your light or bent your crown, this one's for you, Queen. Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because around here we keep it real, raw, and all about you. Let's dive in. Send, hit that subscribe button.
4 things a woman should never say to a man. Number 1, don't say this shit. I wish you were more like blank. I don't care if it's your daddy, your extra relationship, your ex-boyfriend, I don't care who it was. Men don't like to be compared with someone else. Number 2, you need to man up or be a man. Listen, that's emasculating. I get it. If you want a man to step up, why don't you explain to him why you want him to step up as opposed to saying you need to be a man? Whenever you question a man's manhood, he either confronts you or he withdraws from you. All right. Number 3, my ex used to do that. Goes back to number 1. Stop comparing. You don't like it when he compares you to his ex, so don't do it. And last but not least, number 4, you can't do. Whenever you tell somebody they can't do something, they're going to resent you for it.
What if I told you you could possibly be making right now one of the few mistakes that would guarantee your relationship with that man ends very badly? What if I also told you with some easy adjustments, you don't ever have to worry about the possibility of that happening? If that possibility scares you a little bit, don't worry. On today's live show, we're going to be discussing 5 things you should never do for a man. Never. That way you never make the accidental mistake of putting your happiness in jeopardy because of a silly mistake. Join the show.
Never do for a man in a relationship, a boyfriend, is rescue him financially. You're not Paw Patrol. You're not here to rescue everybody. That's not your role. You're going to kick yourself out of your feminine energy very fast if you think you can save every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That is not what you're going to do. Stop trying to help him. You are not going to raise his masculine energy in him and create a man who really feels good about himself in your company. Even if your advice is great, you're going to land on your ass. That's not what you want. Let him figure it out. Let him sort it out. You're not his mummy. It's fine. He can do it.
3 things that ladies are getting wrong when they're messing with men. Let's get to it. Ladies, your dating life up to this point may have been trash, but don't worry. I am just some random dude, but I do got the sauce. Let's go. Number 1, you be too available. You always hitting up this man's phone. You always hitting this man line. Every time he asks you to do something, you drop everything you got going on to do it. You getting way too attached, way too early. Give him a little room to desire you. Number 2, stop pressuring this man into a relationship. Just because you like him doesn't mean he has to like you yet. I'm not saying let the man run you around for months, but give it a little bit of time. Good things take time to develop. Number 3, you're making this man the center of your life. A man likes a woman who has her own shit going on.
If there's anything I would tell a woman not to do, it would be to stop getting so emotionally attached to a man's words and to stop getting so emotionally attached to how he sounds when he speaks his words. Because a lot of men know that women fall for what they hear, that women fall in love with what they hear, not necessarily with the man. You should never fall in love with what you hear. Fall in love with the mind of the man, the soul of the man, the energy of the man, the spirit of the man, the vibrations, the frequencies of the man, the whole life of the man, not the way he sounds, not the words he uses when he's talking to you. Okay, so when you listen to a man, make sure that you're listening with your heart fully deactivated. It doesn't mean that you're cold. It doesn't mean that you're crass. It doesn't mean that you're aloof or disrespectful. It just means that you're fully grounded and you're neutral. okay? It means that you're fully grounded and you're totally aware of what's going on at all times. You're not getting drunk with his words. You see what I'm saying? Because if your heart is fully activated while you're listening, you will get caught up in that current and drift away and become lost at sea, like a person who's lost at sea. Stay grounded, stay neutral, stay coherent, always be aware of what's going on at all times. Protect yourself.
After graduating pharmacy school, instead of buying the Audi that I promised myself, I ended up buying a Hyundai Sonata, and it was this iridescent blue color that they had just came out with, and I was absolutely in love with it. I put 20-inch rims on it that had the same iridescent blue in the rims, and you couldn't tell me shit. I was so cute in that car. But I bought that car because I wanted my boyfriend to keep the car that I was currently driving, which was a 2004 Hyundai Elantra that had 18-inch rims on it. Let me repeat that back to you. So when I graduated pharmacy school, instead of buying the Audi of my dreams, the car of my dreams, I bought a Hyundai because I wanted my then boyfriend, who was jobless and also carless, to have the car that I already had and had paid for. Don't do that shit.
4 things a woman should never do for a man. New to me, I'm Coach Los, certified life and relationship coach that helps you fix your relationship or find the one you want. I need you to be aware of these because these are common pitfalls women fall into doing that gets them very unhealthy, unhappy, and toxic relationships. Number 1, never lose yourself in your man. Meaning don't fall so head over heels for him to where you're trying to be his everything so much, being that feminine, nurturing person that you are, right? Dedicating everything you are to him to the point that you start losing sight of your own identity. As a woman, you're a natural nurturer. So you're really good at pouring into the person you love and caring for them. And this is something that happens with moms or wives that are taking care of the family and the kids so much that they forget to take care of themselves. So getting too lost in him is the fastest way to start neglecting yourself and your own interests and goals. Always keep a self-love and self-care routine. Second, never accept disrespect or abuse from a man. You always have to maintain yourself as a prize, and a prize can't be treated any kind of way. Because the more you let disrespectful things slide, it's the more you start to devalue yourself in his eyes and in your own eyes eventually. Have boundaries and be willing to walk if they're consistently violated. Third, never ever lower your standards to match his if they're not on your level. Your standards are to preserve the level you need to live at to be happy. Lowering them for him signs you up for a miserable relationship. I don't care about potential. Either he steps up or he's got to go. And fourth, never do his job for him. Let him be a man. You can help him, but he has to take the lead. Doing it for him hurts you both. Let's get it.
Ladies, a lot of y'all are struggling with men, okay? So, I'm going to tell you things to stop doing, okay? So you can have better success rate with men. Listen up, pay close attention, and avoid doing these things. Number 1, stop being too available, okay? Let me repeat that. Stop being too available, all right? To the point where you forget to put yourself first. You forget to worry about or focus on, you forget to focus on you and your priorities, okay? Number 2, stop pressuring him into a relationship. Stop pressuring him into something that he don't want, all right? Because if he's really into you, you ain't gonna have to do that. And number 3, last but certainly not least, stop making him the ultimate center of your universe. A lot of y'all get into relationships with these dudes and you make the relationship your whole personality. Like, you forget about you. He is your whole personality. You drop everything about you and you put everything into him. Don't do that.
Never do these things to a man. The first thing you should never do to your man is to nag about things that he's supposed to do and he's just not doing them. And you believe that by constantly reminding him, at some point he will listen to you and he will actually do them. But this is not how it works with men. The more you nag, the more he will actually resist and resent to take care of his responsibilities. What you should actually do is to show him appreciation and to compliment him for the things that he does for you. And I know it's hard for you because some of you tell me you feel like you're talking to a child, but this is how men function. The more you appreciate them, the more you show them that you admire them for what they're doing for you, the more they will be inspired to do more for you. The other thing you should never do with a man is to ask him what you both are. Don't ask him what his intentions are with you. First of all, you're giving away all your power. Are you not also involved in this relationship? Don't you have a saying in all this? And the other thing is that when you ask a man, he can tell you all he wants. It's only through his actions that you will have proof how he actually feels about you. The other thing which you should never do with a man is to invest more in the relationship than he does. Because if you think that by doing more for him, he will like you more, you've got it all wrong. Because that man likes you because of you. He never asked you to do his laundry, to cook for him, to do all kinds of things for him. And therefore, especially in the beginning of a relationship, give to him as much as he gives to you.
The women that are never taken for granted all have one thing in common, and it is that they slightly scare the shit out of the men they date. Not because they're loud, aggressive, or rude, but because they don't play. The problem is that when a man disrespects you, most women think that holding him accountable means reacting emotionally, crying, yelling, demanding answers, because we've all heard, never allow someone to get comfortable with disrespecting you, and many interpret that as show him how much he has hurt you. But here's what no one tells you. Being emotional doesn't scare him. He actually prefers that. Why? When you're quick to anger, you're telling him 3 things. Number 1 is, I'm important. You're stroking his ego because he thinks, wow, she's so emotional over me. 2 is that you're predictable. He knows exactly how to trigger a reaction. 3, you're easy to manipulate because you let your emotions run the show. But the women that are never taken for granted, they're difficult to manipulate because they're emotionally disciplined. They don't argue for respect. They command it through how they move. And let me explain. High value is not communicated through what you say. I have so many options. You do that again and I'm done. If high value was something that you declare, then you would see commercials for Lamborghini, Cartier, and Chanel. But you don't. Because high value is sub-communicated. It's in your behavior, your standards, your terms and conditions, and most importantly, through your willingness to walk away. And the moment your commitment to your standards and your future is stronger than your emotional attachments and your desire to be liked, that's when people are going to stop playing with you.
The number one thing that I will not do for any man is I will not gain or lose 1 ounce for them. Because guess what? It doesn't make a difference whether you do or whether you don't. If he wants you, he's going to take you as you are, with your intelligence, with your beauty, with your nurturing and your generous spirit. And if not, he can kick rocks. But don't you lose any weight or gain any weight because you're trying to get a man, or you're trying to keep a man, or that man has told you to lose weight, in which case you need to let him go anyway. But you do it because you have a health concern, you do it because it's something you want to do for yourself, or not. But don't let anybody else determine whether you gain or you lose weight. Don't ever do it. You won't be happy with it. And like I said, you can't change the outcome. So don't worry about it. Enjoy your day and have a piece of cake.
Hey Tick, let's talk. Here are some things that you should never do as a woman in order to avoid emasculating your man and just destroying what the fruitful gifts that you've been given. So never do this, women. 1, never talk over him too much. You gotta let the man have a voice for himself. He has to express his own voice. He is his own man. So let him speak for himself. When people are asking him a question, don't answer for him. Don't be his agent. Let him speak for himself. He can hold his own ground. Yes. The other thing I would say is don't assume that he knows that you love him. Show that love. Don't just let it linger in the air. And the last thing I will say, most definitely not least, is do not disrespect him in public, in front of his friends, in front of strangers, in particular though in front of people he knows. But do not be comfortable about open disrespect. It's not classy, it's not fabulous, and it's definitely not going to give you that longevity that you long for.
Here are 3 things you should never do for a man, otherwise you will regret it. Number 1, never borrow a man money. A man you are in an intimate relationship with, never borrow him money. Even if you think you earn more than him, or both of you know you earn more than him, don't borrow him money. Give a man money you are willing to lose. The moment you introduce money into your relationship with a man, that relationship is headed for destruction. It is not going to last. Never ever borrow a man money. Number 2, never sign any form of documents as guarantor or to stand in for a man to borrow money or to get a job or for a contract or anything. Never stand in as a guarantor for a man. Research has shown that men are more prone to financial crimes. There is a reason for that. If you sign any document as guarantor for a man that is in fact not your husband, but a boyfriend or fiancé or baby daddy or whatever, any trouble that man gets into, you will be arrested for it. And who knows, by that time you and him, you might have broken up. He has moved on with his life, he has remarried with children, and then you'll be the one to get blamed or arrested or to go to jail for that crime. Never stand in as guarantor for any man. And lastly, do not involve business in your relationship. Never assume that, okay, we are one. Since we are getting married tomorrow, let's do this business together. After all, his money is my money is his money. Are you aware that even in marriage, there is nothing like Mr. and Mrs. Nwosu? There is nothing like that. In documents, you will have Mrs. Felicia Nwosu and Mr. Femi Adebayo. So never assume the fact that if you do business with this man, it is going to be yours. Treat every business transaction legally and officially with a man, especially if he's not your husband. Even if he's your husband, you can still divorce him tomorrow. So be warned.
3 things you should never do to a man. Don't start unnecessary fights over silly things. For example, he walks into the kitchen, you're cooking, and he puts his glass into the sink. You snap at him because you're tired. You've had a long day, and you know that he knows that you hate it when he puts his glass into the sink. But is this really so important? Think about it. He pays the bills, he accepts your crazy parents, he's there for you. He doesn't get it when you go crazy over a glass in the sink. Choose your battles wisely, girl, because you don't want to end up mothering him. Don't treat him like he's a kid when you're around others. For example, when you're out with friends and he starts to tell a story about you both, and you then start to roll your eyes and you go like, oh no, that is so not what happened. Don't listen to him. He doesn't remember. He doesn't know. Honey, if you don't know how to tell a story, just drop it. What happens is that you put him down in front of others, and that shows disrespect. Most likely, he's just telling a story that he finds funny. And if you have a problem with that, wait until you're home, sit him down, and explain that you felt embarrassed or that your feelings were hurt. Never tell your man what to do. Just ask him. We women often feel the need to be assertive to get what we want, but we forget that when we're with a good guy, he will want to make us happy, and all we have to do is ask. Because when you tell him what to do, he will feel weak. It makes him feel as if you believe that he wouldn't be able to do the right thing if you asked. For example, don't say, you need to talk to me more, but say, I care so much for you, and I really want to know how you are. Do you think you could try every now and then to open up a little bit more? Because like that, you encourage him to do what you asked.
Things girls like about guys, but we honestly just don't tell you. And we probably never tell you, so here's the tea. Number 1 is when they act stupid when you want us to do things for you. Like when you act stupid about knowing what to do with your hair or know what to do with your face or how to clean your pores or all these things and like face massages, whatever it is, boys just act stupid. And we love it because we love to play with your hair. We love to do these things. We love to pamper you, but we don't understand why you act so stupid about it, but we just love it because we want to do it for you. Number 2 is when a song comes on or they put a song on and they just start bursting into dancing. Like they become the next best thing in the dancing industry. When you were alone with them in a car and they're put on a song that they love, it's like them dancing and make a fool of themselves and going so hardcore. We absolutely love it. We'll literally be like, you're insane, like you're crazy. No, I want you to dance for the rest of your life. I love it. We love it. Number 3 is the mood change when they immediately like leave their friends and they're just with you. they become so cuddly. They speak to you in a different manner. They speak to you in a different voice. They call you different things. They literally act so gullibly and cuddly and like cute, but when they see their friends, they're like, yeah, man, like whatever. The switch that just switches off when they're just with you is adorable, and it's hilarious, but it's adorable. Which leads me to my next one. The pet names, the cute names, the chicken or the goofy or the cookie name. I don't even know what people are probably called these days because I don't have anyone, but what's so attractive is the names that they give you that you're like, what? I know there's some people that call them rabbit or like bunny or something. I'm like, you would never say that in front of your boys. You would never say that in front of your parents. But when you're alone, I know you call her rabbit. I know you call her Gucci Goo or whatever you do. And it's so cute when they give you these names because they act like this tough guy once again. And really, in reality, they just are this lovely little teddy bear thing. And last but certainly not least, if a girl tells you to take your hat off, do it. But we absolutely love when a man has his hat backwards and he's just hanging out. I don't know what it is, but it's the most attractive thing ever. And if you ask any girl, I can guarantee you either 10 out of 10 of them will say they love it, or 9 out of 10 of them will say they love it, and the other one's lying.
Stop doing this to your man. You are destroying your relationship and you don't even realize it. Remember what the most important thing is that men want. They want to be respected and they want to be supported by their women. But so many women do exactly the opposite. For example, you're out for dinner with friends and your man starts to tell a story about something that happened last Saturday. And while he's telling his story, you go like, babe, that's not at all how it went. Don't listen to him, guys. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This is what actually happened. Why do you do that? Is it so important for you to always be the one who knows everything better? And the other way you expose your man in front of other people is this. Let's say you're at that dinner again with friends, right? But you're late. And then you go, guys, I'm so sorry we're late. But you know, he's always so slow to get ready. And then he was wearing this jacket. Guys, I can't. He has to get rid of that jacket. It's really old and ugly. And maybe you think this is so funny and you're looking for support from your friends to tell him as well to dump the jacket. But for a man, this really hurts his ego because men are super sensitive. And the last thing women do that's super toxic is the following. He's driving and you're next to him. And on a road that you know he has to turn to the left, he keeps on continuing straight. And you start to tell him, no, you have to turn to the left here. What you should do is say nothing. Let that man be the man he wants to be. Let him be responsible for his own mistakes. With you always trying to know everything better and with trying to change him, there will come a day when your man will have lost his attraction for you.